Okay, first of all, welcome up all of you in this video lecture series of 11th Economics. Before starting this lecture, I just revised what we studied in previous video lectures. We studied introductory part of the topic, theoretical part of the topic. Then we start calculation of quartiles as per individual series, calculation of quartile as per individual series. Then we start calculation of quartiles as per individual series. Then we completed discrete series or ungrouped data calculation as per discrete series. And the next important thing, that is calculation of quartiles as per continuous series, or when the data is arranged into classes. When the data is arranged into classes. So before starting the practical numerical examples, we must know the terms which are related to the continuous series. So first term that is frequency distribution. First term, that is frequency distribution. It is an arrangement of data. It is an arrangement of data into classes. It is an arrangement of data into classes. So the first term, what is meant by class? First term, what is meant by class? It is a group which divides the given data into parts and form a set of given frequency For example, the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we can form a group that is 0 to 10, and the marks obtained by students between 0 to 10 is 5. So the 5 is the frequency of the class 0 to 10. Next concept, that is class limit. The extreme values of the classes or groups are called as a class limit. The extreme value of the classes or groups are called as a class limit. Each class has a lower limit, that is minimum value, and upper limit, that is maximum value. In the class 10 to 20, lower limit is 10 and upper limit is 20. Next point is class mark or midpoint. It is obtained by dividing the sum of lower limit of the class and upper limit of the class by 2. That is, for example, in case of class 10 to 20, 10, that is lower limit, plus 20, that is upper limit, divided by 2, that is 30 divided by 2, that is 15. Class mark or midpoint divide the class into two equal parts. Class mark or midpoint divide the class into two equal parts. Next, class intervals. It is the difference between the upper and lower limit of a class. It is the difference between upper and lower limit of the class. It is also called as class boundaries. For example, the class is 10 to 20, the interval is 10, that is 20 minus 10. Next, tally marks. Tally marks usually come in a group of 5. For every observation, we put vertical bars called tally marks, and after 4 bars, we put a cross stroke, that is mill, for a 5th observation. Next, class frequency. The number of observations included in each class is called as a class frequency. It is sum of all tally marks of the particular class. Sum of all tally marks of a particular class. That is, if the class is 10 to 20 and belongs to the 10 to 20, there are 5 students. So the 5 is the frequency of the class 10 to 20. And total frequency. Next concept, total frequency. It is an aggregate of all class frequencies. It is an aggregate of all class frequencies. It is the sum of all observations. It is the sum of all observations. That is n. That is n. Number of observations. Sum of all observations. That is n. Okay, so the next thing, that is actual calculation part of quartiles under continuous series, or when grouped data is given. For example, to find out Q1, Q2 and Q3, to find out Q1, Q2 and Q3, we are required to follow the following steps. First step, that is arrange the given data in ascending order. Arrange the given data in ascending order. Write respective frequencies of the class. Write respective frequencies of the class. Next, calculate cumulative frequencies. Calculate cumulative frequencies, that is CF. Next, determine quartile class. Determine quartile class. So the formula for determination of quartile class. Formula for determination of quartile class. To determine the quartile class, first we require to find out the value of quartile. The value of quartile. So how to find out value of quartile? For Q1, the formula is to find out value of quartile. To find out value of quartile. To find out value of quartile, the formula is Q1 is equal to size of Q1 is equal to size of n upon 4th observation. N upon 4th observation. N upon 4th observation. To find out value of quartile in case of Q2. To find out value of quartile in case of Q2. Q2 is equal to size of 2n upon 4th observation. 2n upon 4th observation. And to find out value of quartile in case of Q3, So Q3 is equal to size of 3n upon fourth observation, 3n upon fourth observation. That is the first step to determine the quartile class. When we find out value of quartile, then it is easy to find out in which the answer of the observation of Q1 or Q2 or Q3 lies in which CF, lies in which CF. So if and if the value of quartile of Q1 or Q2 or Q3 is something 13, it's something 13, for example it is 13, so 13 lies in which CF? We find out 13 is lies in which CF or which cumulative frequency. 13 lies in which cumulative frequency, and the front and this CF is related to which class. Then we find out this CF is related to which class. That particular class in which the CF is lies, this is the quartile class. When we solve the practical examples, the concept of value of quartile is more clear to you. First, you must know how to calculate value of quartiles. Here only. Next, actual formula of calculation of Q1, Q2 and Q3. Q1, Q2 and Q3. Okay. So QI, I stands for here, in place of I here we write 1, second or third. Q1 for quartile 1, Q2 for quartile 3, Q3 for quartile third quartile, that is Q3, Q2 and Q1. L plus into bracket IN, that is here we write first, second or third. It is n upon 4. In case of Q1, we write only n upon 4 minus CF. In case of Q1, here we write only n upon 4 minus CF divided by F, bracket complete, into H. In case of Q2, we write formula like L plus into bracket 2n upon 4 minus CF upon 4, bracket complete, into H. And in case of Q3, we write 3n upon 4 minus CF divided by F into H. So here L stands for lower limit of the quartile class, and how we find out quartile class? With the help of value of quartile, that is value of quartile. With the help of value of quartile, we find out quartile class. Next, F for frequency of the quartile class. F for the frequency of the quartile class. CF stands for cumulative frequency of the class previous to the quartile class or preceding the quartile class. N for total of frequency. N for total of frequency. H, as we discussed earlier, upper limit minus lower limit of the quartile class. Upper limit minus lower limit of the quartile class. So next thing, that is example is given. Find out Q1 and Q3. Find out Q1 and Q3 quartile for the following data. Rainfall in centimeter is given. Number of years in bracket frequency is given. Rainfall in the group series given as a 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and 50 to 60. And number of years or frequency is given 7, 20, 17, and 6. So first step, arrange the data as per ascending order. So first we write rainfall in centimeter, that is class is given 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and 50 to 60. And in second step, write respective frequencies of the class. So the frequency of the class 20 to 30 is 7. So in front of 20 to 30 here we write 7. In front of 30 to 40 here we write 20. In front of 40 to 50 here we write 17. And in front of 50 to 60 here we write 6. Next step, find out cumulative frequency. So the cumulative frequency for the class 20 to 30 is same, that is 7. Frequency and cumulative frequency for the first class is same. Next 7 plus 20, 27. 27 plus 17, 44. 40 plus 44 plus 6, 50. Next step, find out the value of total frequency or N. When we make a summation or total of all the frequencies, we get N, that is total frequency. N, that is total frequency. N is 50. The cumulative frequency of the last class and the value total of N is same. It is one of the thing or a trick to identify whether N and cumulative frequency is same or not. So next thing, calculate the quartile class. To determine the quartile class, first we require to find out value of quartile. So the formula for calculating the value of quartile in case of Q1 is equal to size of n plus fourth observation. So Q1 is equal to size of 50 upon 4, n value of n, that is 50. So 50 upon 4. Why 4? Because quartile divides the data into 4 equal parts. Next, Q1 is equal to size of 12.5 observation. So this 12.5 lies in CF27. This 12.5 lies in CF27. Therefore, quartile class is 30 to 40. Quartile class is 30 to 40. That is 12.5 lies. Okay, 12.5 does not lies in 7. it does not lies in 44, it is lies in between 7 to 45, that is in 27. So quartile class is, that is 30 to 40 is the quartile class. So here we get L quartile, our quartile class is 30 to 40. So L, that is lower limit of the quartile class, 30. F, frequency of the quartile class, that is 20. CF, what is meant by CF? CF means, in this case, the frequency, cumulative frequency of the class preceding to the quartile class. Quartile class किती आहे 30 to 40, त्याच्या आधीच्या क्लासची CF किती आहे 7. So 7 is the CF here. N is 50 and H, that is upper limit of the quartile class minus lower limit of the quartile class, that is 40 minus 30, that is 40 minus 30, that is 10 is the class interval or H. So here we get all the information required for the calculation of Q1. Okay, so step second, put up the find values which we find out here. Put up the values which we find out here, that is all these values in the formula for calculation of quartile, that is Q1. This is the formula for calculation of Q1, Q2 and Q3. When calculate Q1, we write here Q1, 2 and 3 respectively, and here also 1, 2 and 3. IN, that is second N, 3N. Okay, so Q1 is equal to L plus N upon 4. Q1 is equal to L plus, that is lower limit of the quartile class, plus N, that is total of frequency, divided by 4 minus CF, that is cumulative frequency of the class preceding to the or previous to the quartile class, divided by F, bracket complete, into H. Next, put up the values into the formula. We have a formula, 30 plus 50 upon 4 minus 7 upon 20, bracket complete, into 10. So Q1, 30 plus into bracket 50 upon 4, 12.5 minus 7 upon 20, bracket complete, into 10. So Q1 is equal to 30 plus 12.5 minus 7, 5.5 upon 20 into 10. So next step, Q1 is equal to 30 plus 5.5 into 10, 5.5 into 10, that is 55. So Q1 is equal to 30 plus into bracket 55 divided by 20. So Q1 is equal to 30 plus 55 divided by 20, 2.75. 32.75. So Q1 is equal to 32.75. So here we get an answer, that is Q1 is equal to 32.75. That is our Q1, that is quartile. First, in case of grouped series or continuous data is given. So our next calculation is calculate Q3 for the given data. Calculate Q3 for the given data. To calculate Q3, first we require to find out value of quartile. So how to find out value of quartile? And for why we find out value of quartile? To find out quartile class for Q3. So the value of quartile for Q3, is equal to size of 3n. Why we write here 3n? Because we have to find out value of quartile for third quartile. That's why we write here 3n upon 4. So 3n, value of n is 50. 3 into 50, 150 upon 4, and 150, the answer is Q3 is equal to size of 37.5th observation. 37.5th observation. So this 37.5 lies in CF 44. This 37.5 lies in CF 44. Okay, 37.5. So here are the our table. So 37.5 does not lies in 27, does not lies in 50, it lies in 44. So quartile class is 40 to 50. Frequency is 17. And CF is 27. Okay, that is so L, we have a quartile class that is 40 to 50. So L is 40, F is 17, CF is 27. Why the CF is 27? Because CF means here the cumulative frequency of the class preceding to the quartile class. N is 50 and H is 10. Okay, so Q3 is equal to L plus, that is lower limit of the quartile class, that is 40, plus 3n. Why 3n? Because here we calculate third quartile. That's why we write here 3n upon 4 minus CF. What is meant by CF? CF means the CF of the quartile preceding class of the quartile class, that is 27. And F means frequency, it is the frequency of the quartile class, that is 17. Into bracket complete, into H, that is height, that is upper limit minus lower limit. So put up the values in the formula. Where is the values? The values is here, that is all these values. So 40 plus 3 into 50. 3 into 50. That is 150. 3 into 50, 150 upon 4. 150 upon 4 minus 27. Minus 27. So 300 into 50 divided by 4 is 37, as we calculated here. 150 divided by 4 is 37.5 minus 27. 37.5 minus 27 upon 16 upon 17. Why 17? That is frequency of the quartile class. Into 10. So Q3 is equal to 40 plus. Q3 is equal to 40 plus. So 37.5 minus 27, 10.5. So 10.5 upon 17 into 10. So here next step, that is in this step, that is 10.5 into 10, 105 upon 17. So answer of 105 upon 17 is 6.18. So 40 plus 6.18, that is 46.18. So the value of quartile is 46.18. So this is all over about individual series. Okay. In case of continuous series, first we find out value of quartile. Why we find out value of quartile? We find out value of quartile for the purpose to decide or to get quartile class. Once we get the quartile class, we find out the lower limit of the quartile class, then we get frequency of the quartile class, then we get cumulative frequency of the class preceding to the quartile class, and value of n, and we put up all the values in formula, and then we get the value of respective quartile, that is Q1, Q2 and Q3.